In the last couple of videos, we explored this new space. We then gave some food to Kyle the Nile Monitor, and then more recently, we slept right here in this space. Today's different, however. We are going to focus on one of the most primal aspects of mystic animals, enrichment. This is a free roaming episode. Cue the intro! Starting up is Edgar, our savannah monitor. Now, he is an awesome little guy. He's super nice, but he is a little bit nervous about the new space. So he's the first one on our list because he needs it the most. He's such a good boy though, and we love him to death. Now, we are gonna let him explore the space a little bit, and we are going to supervise him, of course, because he is a little nervous. Now, Edgar is a savannah monitor that we got as a rescue. He wasn't doing too good. He had a lot of layers of stuck shed, which is still a problem for him. Unfortunately, he is a little bit of a bad shedder, but he is now super nice, and I can pet him. I'm gonna touch him the entire time just to desensitize him to touch. Now, he is a little bit of a hisser, but he's never like tried to bite or anything. Now, since we got him in a new space, he's been a little bit more finicky. He spends a lot of time hidden, which he didn't used to before. Now, whoa. Okay, baby. Okay. That's okay. That's okay. Now, Edgar, of course, isn't the worst savannah monitor on the planet. I'd actually argue that he's one of the better ones that I've ever seen, but he is a little bit nervous to the prospect of this new place that he doesn't know, and I can feel his little heart beating through his chest, and it's actually going quite fast, but you can see that his tongue is also flicking right now, which means that he's curious and that he's taking in new information and that he isn't like terrified. Come on, man.
Right now.
Not the ball. Okay. Yes, that's your house, Edgar. That's your house. You're seeing it from outside. Okay, let's let you go. Okay, you can go. You can explore. You can't go in though, there's glass. Yes, are you curious as to what's behind the door? You've seen us go there a couple of times, right? It's okay. No. You can see there's not a lick of malice in this animal, though. He doesn't want to bite me. He doesn't want to, like, hurt me at all. But he does want to get away from me, so, you know, we are going to keep tabs on him, of course, and supervise. Hey, that's okay. That's okay. It's okay. You want to go back?
You want to go back in?
I think he wants to go back in.
Yeah. You want to go in?
So next up is our little boy Chipotle. He is a leatherback bearded dragon, and he's also an orange, but he is super cool. He's softer than most bearded dragons because he's a leatherback. I can put him on my shoulder, and he will stay there, and he'll prop up, and he'll be super comfortable. He is one of the best little bearded dragons on the planet. My name is Matt, this is Chipotle, and you're watching Mystic Animals. Stick around. Mwah. Are you gonna dash? Yes. You gonna go see your pal Edgar?
Why do you always want to see Edgar?
I don't know, but it's like a thing for him. He likes him.
Edgar got his little nose out.
Yeah, well, Edgar likes Chip as well. Like it's a partnership with these guys. Well, they used to live right next to each other, right?
Chipotle, you can't go there. It's not your house. It's his.
All right, let's go have a little bit of a running time. All right, let's go right here. That's not much running.
No.
What?
No. Only a couple steps.
We got a little bit of a stalker going on right here. Kyle is out right now. He's curious about what we're doing. We are going to get to Kyle at one point, guys. We do need to free roam him eventually, but it's just a matter of not wanting to do it too soon so that he gets traumatized. He's already been through so much in the last couple months that we don't want to make it worse, but we do want to give him some positive reinforcements every time he does something good, like follow the ball. And recently, he has been allowing me to touch him, which is a new thing for now, and we are really excited about the prospect of being able to get him out eventually, but we can't really rush it, so.
Also, we kind of need a real door.
Yeah, I know it's a temporary thing, but it's just, it was getting so hot upstairs that we weren't able to like focus on editing or doing anything. We had to sit in front of the AC all day long, you know? So it was like 32 Celsius upstairs. I'll translate it, I don't know how much it is. But now it's nice and toasty down here while it's cool up there, and that makes a lot more sense. I don't know what it is with you and Edgar, but you really seem to like him.
And Speedy is really curious about him.
He doesn't want anything to do with Speedy.
No. All
He's
he
like,
wants is
I like
Edgar's
Edgar.
home.
Now, bearded dragons are real social creatures. They demand a lot of attention, and they like being outside and being handled and being socialized, you know? Because if you don't give them that, then they're not going to live a full, thriving life, and they're going to be either really depressed or they're going to be really crazy in their cage, and you're going to not understand why they're running around so much. Is because they want attention. Just like a dog or a cat would, you know? It's animals. They're all pretty smart, and some of them do require more attention than others. Take, for instance, Speedy, our Oman's Lacerda. Now, he is a lizard that requires zero attention because he absolutely hates it. Now, if I was to just open the door right now and attempt to touch him, here's what's going to happen. He's going to be like, oh wow, what's this? And then as soon as I get close, he's going to run away so fast that I'm never going to be able to catch up to him. So that requires zero attention. Do your research before getting into lizards because some of them are not like others. Speaking of which, time for a different lizard. Now when it comes to popular lizards, there's nothing much more popular than leopard geckos. And I'll tell you why right now. Because they are super cute, they are tiny, and they are cuddly, and they are what seems to be the beginner's pet owner dream. Now look at this little girl Violet here. She is a leucistic leopard gecko, and she's adorable and she's great. Like, she can be handled really well, and she's not bad at all. She's not fussy. She climbs onto stuff. She loves interaction, but they're not all like that. In fact, some of them can be really skittish, not like our boy Speedy, but some of them really don't like getting handled. They're also pretty fragile creatures. Now, you could figure this out on your own, but some people don't know the extent of how fragile leopard geckos are. With just a squeeze like this, I could break several of her bones, right? So it might not be the best thing for kids, and some people don't realize that because they think this is such a cute little reptile, there's no way it will harm my child, but can your child harm it? So leopard geckos are definitely a good option if you're looking into getting into reptiles, but you definitely want to know how to handle some reptiles before you get into them. Some of them, like Kyle here, are 4 feet and will get bigger, but some of them are really small and they're really delicate, and you don't want to rush them. Like, you see this girl, I want her to step, but I have to wait for her to step there. I can't just take her and move her wherever I want because her little arms, as you can see, are tiny, and if she was to hold on to me while I pulled her away, she could be severely injured. Now, those are really, really small arms, and this is a well-fed leopard gecko. We are feeding her really well. This is an average size, and it's still a fragile little creature. Like, this tail is detachable. A lot of people know that, but that's not the only fragile thing about leopard geckos. They can be pretty fragile, and if you have a flighty one, you might not want to handle it that much because it might be very difficult. Now, Violet is amazing, and of course, you might want to get some more information. Let me know if you want me to do a leopard gecko care guide down in the comment section below. But if you have kids that are really young, let's say lower than 6, I wouldn't recommend it for your family. just like Nile monitors aren't for everyone. You know, Kyle is going to end up being around 6 feet long, and that's not a lizard that's for everyone. A lot of people tell me, wow, you're so lucky. But I really have to shape my life around having all these reptiles. You can't just expect that a 4.5-foot lizard is not going to change the way that your household rules. And you think of other pets, right? Like we have cats as well, and they are well behaved, of course, but if you didn't have well behaved cats, they wouldn't really be supposed to be near your reptiles. Like, for example, Kyle could definitely do some damage to the cat, but the cat could also definitely do some damage to Violet, which is why interaction and training is so important, and that's what we stand for here at Mystic Animals. Now look at how beautiful he is. Just going for a swim. That is a sight to behold. He loves his pool. And he's growing pretty accustomed to the cats. He doesn't really care that they're there. Now that is a gorgeous lizard for sure. But this is also a gorgeous lizard, and that brings me to my point that they're all different, and they all need different care and different specifics, and you need to handle them differently, right? I don't handle Chipotle like I handle Violet, and I don't handle Edgar the way I handle Kyle, even though they're both monitors. And when it comes to bigger lizards, sometimes you need to brace. When it comes to smaller lizards, sometimes you need to let them do their thing on you so that they're not like this. You know, like you can hold them like this, but that's not the preferred way of handling leopard geckos, you know what I mean? Like you should definitely put them right here, and you should definitely let them crawl wherever they want, and you know, that's the way to handle it. But are they grabbable? Yeah, they're grabbable, you know, not like some lizards, like some geckos that shed their skin when you grab them too hard, but they're not like the most handleable, grabbable lizard on the planet. For that, I'd recommend bearded dragons a lot more. And definitely not Nile monitors, because they're not really that grabbable either. Can you help?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Wait. Okay.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, when they get on fabric, they're kind of annoying. Now, let's stray away from lizards for a second and talk about turtles. Because turtles don't really like to be handled. Of course, they can be picked up against their will, but, you know, that's not how you handle turtles. Mostly, how you handle turtles is you give them a pen or a place that's secure for them to roam in, and you let them do their thing. Now, of course, this is a sulcata tortoise, and don't you dare. Hey. Now, of course, Sahara is a sulcata tortoise, and what that means is it's going to become quite a large tortoise. And because of that, the rules for handling, they change when she becomes old. Of course, a 150-pound tortoise doesn't handle like this little girl right here. Of course, at one point we are going to need to pick her up in order to move her anywhere. This doesn't mean, of course, that she won't be free roaming. She will be, but in order to get her to go anywhere, you're going to need to pick up a turtle. Now, I'm sure nobody needs this crash course on turtles, but you shouldn't squeeze turtles, right? A lot of people don't know this, but young turtles actually have a soft shell. I'm not going to do it right now, but there's a clip right here that I want to put.
And they're a little pliable, which is kind of weird.
Now this is a pancake tortoise, not a sulcata. If you look at this graphic right here, you can see that the bones in her back, they're not fused together, which is why it's soft. And that's the same for sulcata tortoises. And basically all kinds of turtles. Now if that's not terrifying, I don't know what it is, but this is a turtle that is just about a year old, and her shell is very much soft. So you shouldn't squeeze or knock on turtles, or you shouldn't hit them or poke them too hard, right? They are a little bit fragile still. Now it goes without saying, turtles that are on their back cannot flip themselves back up. I'm not gonna do it because of course that would be pretty cruel, but if she was to flip herself, we would have to flip her back because they can't flip themselves back up. And then they become prey to something like a Nile monitor right there, which share the same range, so he would actually eat baby turtles that are about this big. But you won't get to today, no you won't, no you won't. Smell my hair so you know it's me. Yeah, you're a good monitor. In training right now. Now let's put this little turtle back. course, when it comes to monitors, you have to know what you're getting into. Because a monitor like Kyle, the Nile monitor, isn't necessarily a monitor for everyone. Now, this monitor here, he lets me touch the water, but he is very, very hesitant about me being close to him. Now, I can touch him, I've done it before, right? This is me touching him, but he's not as good as he was a couple of months ago when we were free roaming him. And of course, I will close the door so he doesn't try to rush out. He's never done that before, but you know, you never know. And this is still a 4.5-foot lizard, and you don't want him chasing after your fingers, wanting to eat them.
So we haven't seen much of Pumpkin yet. She kind of wants to eat anything. As you can see right now, she's gonna follow it. So we're gonna try to take her out and getting her used to handling, which sometimes is a little crazy with her, but it is what it is. So I'm just gonna do this so that she gets out. Oh, she's so quick. Okay.
Oh, she is quick.
Okay, she's in the back in her branches, which doesn't really help. Come on, go down. Hi. Oh, yeah, I know.
She's shot to the front.
Yeah, she's really fast. Oop, okay, I know. Calm down. So you can see the position. She's not happy about it.
It looks like a viper.
So sometimes she does try to just throw herself out over your hands. But after a while, usually she does calm down. We're gonna see. Oh, I know. So she did grow quite a bit since the last time we saw her, when we got her. She was way smaller, but she eats well.
Now these get about corn snake size, correct?
Yeah, exactly. Maybe a little longer, I think, even. But she seemed to have calmed down a little bit. Doesn't seem like she must
Which
yet,
is a good thing.
Yes, a good thing. Usually she does.
Now you can see Roxanne is truly a wizard with smaller snakes. Look at that catch. I couldn't have done that if you paid me to do it. But, you know, we all have our strengths in this hobby, right? A lot of people truly don't get how Roxanne is impactful in this company. Without her, we couldn't have anything that is smaller than Chipotle. And that also includes babies, because when we're going to be breeding, there's going to be tons of baby ball pythons and baby tegus, and she is the best when it comes to that. Also, general care and anything. I know I'm praising you and I'm giving you some compliments. Maybe you care, but it's just the truth is that this is so much more of a partnership than it seems. I know I'm on camera all the time, but it's just because she prefers being behind it. But seriously, she is the GOAT.
She seems like she have calm down, but sometimes she does that for a couple seconds, and then she just tries to, jump.
Yeah.
Or whatever jumping is for a snake.
Leaping.
Yeah, I guess.
We still have Kyle being a curious boy, and I think he wants to eat the phone.
I think he's curious. He didn't try to bite it earlier.
Go see Speedy. He's a friend. Can I see this one? No, you can't see that one. Go look at this one. Look at this one. Yes. Yes. Okay. What were you saying?
So I'm trying to pet her.
Okay, yeah.
Just to get her used to it.
Of course.
She doesn't love it.
No.
But she is a baby rat snake.
Yeah, of course, right. So a lot of people don't know the difference between like a corn snake and a rat snake and like all the different types of colubrids. Can you like give your insight on that maybe from what you've seen?
Yes, so rat snakes usually have way more attitude, especially as babies, but even as adults they can be something. They are semi-arboreal. Technically, corn snakes do climb as well, but rat snakes climb a lot more. Usually they're more active as well.
Sorry for the interruption, but this is a cool sight. Every time we see it, it's glorious. Where is it going to go next? One can only wonder. To bask? Or back down? Oh, I think he's going up. What a gorgeous sight. And to allow him to move like that is definitely a privilege as well, because this is a wild-caught animal, and we really wanted to make sure that he would be in an enclosure that would reflect the fact that he used to be free, right? So I'm so happy to give him the freedom to move around, to climb, and to do all the things he wants to do, and to swim, and to do anything, you know. Now back to snakes.
Yes. So rat snakes also do musk way more usually, and for longer times. So even adult rat snakes can musk on you.
Okay.
And also most of the time the rat snakes will become bigger than corn snakes.
Like in diameter, you mean?
Diameter and length.
Oh.
So a lot of rat snakes are really, really long, just like the Taiwan beauty, which is a rat snake. They do become pretty big and long.
See, you would think she's teaching you guys, but she's actually teaching me, and like I'm just filming it, so that's why I'm like, huh.
But these ones are more similar to corn snake size.
Okay.
And they're from Florida, so it's pretty cool too. They're not the most expensive ones. Oh, hey, it's okay. And they do love to climb a lot, so if you want to see something move a lot during the day, they're a pretty great species for that.
Now when it comes to reptiles, I wouldn't say I have a preference. Of course, we work with more species of lizards than we do snakes, but that doesn't mean that we love lizards more than we love snakes. Of course, snakes are a little finicky when it comes to getting huge species, because here in our province they have restrictions on Burmese and reticulated pythons, as well as green anacondas and a couple of the species. I'll list them here. We're also not allowed venomous stuff without a permit or anything. Now for me, of course, the best snake is the ball python. There's tons of different reasons why, but of course one of the main reasons is handling is one of the easiest things on the planet. This is a huge ball python. It's a Volta ball python, sub-Saharan, so different locality of ball python. You might have heard me ramble on about it a couple times, but I do want to stress that this is not how big ball pythons usually get. This girl is enormous. Now, probably around 6 feet in length. She is a different type of ball python. They don't come from the same place as normal ball pythons. They come from a bit to the south. So they have different prey items, and they get to grow a little bit bigger because they have bigger prey items. So, you know, it's just genetic diversity in locality. And of course, ball pythons are one of the easiest snakes to handle, but this one right now seems like she wants to go back home, so. And last but not least, for interactions for today is our boy, Cherry. Now, Cherry is an Argentine red tegu, and you might notice that he's looking especially good. It's because he shed yesterday, giving us huge pieces of shed like this. This is his whole belly right there, and it wraps up to his back right there. So this is how big he is for real, you know? We also got this really good wrap of his tail, and it's a perfect cone, as you can see. Alright, so now let's get him out and bring him to his favorite free roaming spot in the house. Isn't he a beautiful boy? We're gonna bring him upstairs because that's what we've been doing with him recently. He's just gonna be able to free roam in the house. Of course, we do have stairs, so he can't like go from upstairs to downstairs, but once he is upstairs, he is as free as he wants. Of course, he is a beautiful lizard and he loves free roaming. He doesn't have a hint of malice in him. He's just so nice, so beautiful, and he loves being here. And I love him being here too.
You're so beautiful. Your colors are great, mister.
Mwah, isn't he beautiful? There's no filter on this. This is just how pretty he is for real. Now, when we first got him, he had a little bit of problems with his fingers. Now, you can see that his fingers are absolutely beautiful right now. Look at those. You could manicure those. Of course, his back toes suffered a little bit more. The thumbs, in particular, don't have any more claws on them, both of them. And we were able to save the actual finger itself because it was getting cut off from its blood supply, and we worked tirelessly to help him with that, and now he has all his digits. He also had some really rough blemishes on his tail, which now you can see his tail is absolutely beautiful, but he had a couple of cuts and bruises and stuff. All of that is gone. He is an absolutely gorgeous Argentine tegu, and you know, he has the best temperament of any lizard here in Mystic Animal, and we can pretty much do anything that we want with him. Hint, hint for the next video, which is coming next week. We're doing something pretty cool with him. It is time to go bring Cherry back in his terrarium because, oh, thank you so much for taking him. Oh my god, he was eviscerating my neck, but it's time to go bring him back. Now, Cherry is obviously the best tegu here, but he still needs a lot of work, and when he grabs onto you, he hurts, of course, but he doesn't want to, you know, he doesn't mean to hurt us, but he definitely has the ability to hurt us. And this is what concludes our interaction video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to see more of that, please leave it down in the comment section. Also, please leave a like, and maybe if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, because we are approaching 300 subs and we would really like to play with the big boys. And for those of you who already are, thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. It makes the difference here. So thank you so much, everybody. Peace. Thank you so much for checking out this video, everybody. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit that like button, and if you really loved it, why don't you subscribe? It's free, you know?